Hi, I'm Jenna, and this is episode 77? I think so. It'll say at the top. I'll make sure that's correct. Gosh. I think the title of this episode will probably be like changes or changes coming or something of that nature. I don't know, I guess if you follow me on Plurk and you follow the group, I had to take a few days off from the internet and really just kind of take a deep breath and reevaluate things and kind of just rework everything out. I have so much going on with my business and in my personal life, and everything was kind of coming to a head all at once, and changes just needed to be made. So, before we get into that, I want to talk about the knit-alongs real quick, because I like to get the business aspect out of the way for that. We are doing a knit-along for Moon Dance, which ends tonight. It should have ended today. I should have set it for noon. But in the knit-along rules, I had put midnight on the 31st, and that's what I'm going to stick to. Because I don't want someone to be working on it tonight and then go to enter it and the thread's locked, because that just wouldn't be fair. So the two prizes we have for that are wonderful Dancing Dog Dye Works in the Luxe Sock, or Twist Luxe Sock, in the Love My Nomies colorway, which is super soft. I wish I could feel it through the baggie. I get some candy and a button. And then the other winner will win the cute little Random Projects bag. It is a Della Q bag. Both prizes of which were generously donated by Dancing Dog Dye Works. And then we are also doing, for July and August, the Technique Knit-Along, which is lace. The first prize is for a skein of Space Cadet Creations in the colorway for Carrie. And a set of stitch markers from Caterpillar Designs. These ones are mine. You get to go to her Etsy shop and pick a set out. So a huge thank you for Katie. I cannot wait to use these. But I want to keep showing them all to you because they're so cute. I love them. So, now that we got the knit-alongs kind of out of the way, I kind of wanted to talk about knit-alongs and one of the changes that are going to be coming. After August, I am no longer going to be giving prizes away every month for the knit-alongs. While I've had very generous donors for prizes, which thank you to anybody and everybody who has donated a prize ever in the last year and a half, shipping is really kind of becoming a burden on me because my podcast makes no money. Zero. I have a donation button on the website, and I don't know, I don't promote it because I don't know that I really want people to use it. So I'm kind of glad nobody has ever clicked it, because I don't want viewers to feel that they have to donate in order to keep it going, because I want to do this as long as I can. But when I'm spending, $20 and $30 a month on shipping alone, plus having to buy prizes sometimes, which is not a complaint, but I just need to take a step back, because like I said, I have a lot going on personally that I don't want to get into. I mean, there's personal stuff. Right now, it's just a bit of a burden. So, if people want to donate prizes and they're willing to ship it directly to the winners, that's fine. If they want to provide me a picture, great. If you're a designer and you want to donate a pattern, great. I'll be more than willing to still do those kinds of prizes. I'll still give out some prizes and some patterns, and stuff like that. But I just cannot, at this point, afford to keep doing that every month. Just like there's a big concern about podcasts being kicked off of Blip. I have not heard anything from Blip. I just got an email. Wouldn't that be ironic if it was like one from Blip? No, it wasn't. Okay. So, I have not heard anything from Blip. I don't know if I'm getting the boot or not. But a lot of alternative websites have a fee. I cannot justify that fee right now. Like I said, my podcast does not bring me in money. You see advertising before and after these episodes, they don't make squat. For as many views as they get, it's not even like a penny an episode, I swear. Maybe a penny an episode. Really, we make no money on that advertising that you have to sit through. So, if I get booted from Blip, which I really hope I don't because then I'll lose my iTunes feed, I am going to YouTube. I've already started uploading. I think I'm like into the 30s or 40s on the episodes because I still have every episode that I've recorded saved. So they are going to YouTube. So if I get booted off Blip, YouTube is where I will be. So, like I said, fingers crossed that doesn't happen because I haven't heard anything yet. Like, now that I've put it out there, that makes me nervous because I like having a feed to iTunes where people can use Downcast and other apps like that. And so that's kind of where that stands because, like I said, it's just not feasible for me right now. So, like I said, there will be some other changes that are going to mainly go on my end that none of you will probably ever even see. Just some organization stuff, process stuff. So, but I kind of just want to give you a heads up. I hope people are still going to want to do the knit-alongs with me. We will still have knit-alongs. I know knit-along participation is down. I've talked to other podcasters that kind of had the same thing. You know, because there's so many knit-alongs and you can't do them all. And I totally get that. But hopefully, even though there's not prizes, that you will all still want to show off the things that you knit and will be inspired by some of the things I choose to pick as knit-alongs and want to do them as well. But if not, I totally understand as well because I, you know, hope you just like sitting here and chatting with me and seeing what I'm doing. And I can't tell you how many times I wish I could see what you were all doing. So that's what's fun about the knit-alongs is I get to see that. So, okay, enough about that. And I apologize if that rubs anybody the wrong way. But when it comes down to it, I kind of got to do what's best for me right now. So, but, you know, a big thank you and hugs back at you for all the wonderful messages and emails and private plurks that I got. When I took a few days off to just reassess everything. It really, really meant a lot to me, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. So, okay, we're going to kind of go out of order this week, only because I can't figure out how to get it in order real quick. So, alright, we're going to do Yarny Goodness first. And I want to send a huge, huge thank you and big hugs to Heather, Boutros Babe. And I'm assuming I can show this and talk about it because she put it out on Plurk publicly. But she said she wanted to send me yarn support. Heck yeah, I'll take yarn support. I'm like, anytime. Something I don't know that most people realize is the things I design, I buy the yarn for. Like, I pick it out, I buy it. I have gotten some yarn support from Dancing Dog Dye Works. I mean, I can't deny that. I'm in the club, so you, of course, get your club colorway to work with. And she provided the shawl yarn. And usually, when I get yarn support, it's because I'm like, hey, I have this idea. And she goes, hey, I want to be part of that. So, that's just kind of how that's worked. But even probably 90% of all the Dancing Dog Dye Works yarn that I have used for my samples, I have purchased myself. So I think that's a real common misconception of the yarn that I pick for my patterns are stuff that's sent to me to use, and that's not true. So, but Heather was really surprised when I'm like, yeah, I'll take yarn support. You know, I don't get offered very often. So she sent me two skeins. One is Terracotta Pot, which is her white ash worsted yarn. It is a single ply. It is 245 yards, 100 grams of fine count wool. Hand wash, line dry. Like I said, it is a single ply. And I love these colors. It's very autumnal. So I'm looking forward. I can't wait to play with that. I think this is going to be used for September's pattern. So I kind of had given Heather a little bit of a heads up of the next couple patterns, the one that will be coming out in August and the one that will be coming out in September. You know, if that interested her. And she said that the one pattern she thought this could work for, and I think it will. I think it will work great. September's pattern is just kind of fun, playful. I plan to do a lot of different versions of it. It'll be very customizable, and you'll see. And then I had also just mentioned, you know, I'm working on a sock pattern. It's going to be a free pattern. And she sent me this beautiful dark tonal purple that my daughter's like, OMG, I am so in love with this. So I will probably make the socks in her size for the pattern, which is great because I know my size works well for me. So I'll get to test another size while I'm working up a sample. So like I said, a huge thank you to Heather. Yarn support is always, always generously appreciated. And then I got my Dancing Dog Dye Works Club yarn. Now I know most of you are getting it right about now. It's Wednesday and I know people started getting it as of Monday. So I got mine over a month ago and I'll show it to you now. So if you are in the Dancing Dog Dye Works Club and you do not want to see it, you'll have to look away. Like now, go away. Okay, here it is. Alright, mine's all caked up. And it's called Poppies, and I got to provide an inspiration picture. And it looked like it was like an oil painting of these poppies in this tall grass and an aqua sky. And I feel Michelle nailed it. Like, I am so in love with this, and it's all the colors in my house. So it's like kind of a limey, mossy green, and then an avocado-y green, and a golden yellow, and an orangey red, and this pops of aqua blue. Gorgeous. And then I got to talk with Michelle of Dancing Dog Dye Works in person at the zombie retreat. And even before that, I got the yarn at the zombie retreat. But before that, I had asked, well, can I get a little mini skein? Is that doable? And she was like, yeah, I could do a little one. So this was the complimentary skein. And it is deep beach glass, which is the same color I did my Moon Dance shawl in, which is really cool because then it's really special to me because she came up with this color for me. So that was the set. You got a little mini. And so that brings me into finished objects. So once again, I'm going to show you the pattern that went with the yarn that the club members got, knitted in the club yarn. So look at this. It's a little fishy lips. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So it is Cory the Curious Fish. I'm so excited about it. I have another sample that I use some 716 knit yarn and some Cascade 220 for the fins. And I have to find it. One of my kids ran off with it. So, bloop, bloop, bloop. I love fishies so much. So, yeah, it was fun. I got to talk with Michelle about what pattern to make with that, because at that point I was kicking around a few ideas, and plus thinking of the crab, and so we decided the fish would be good, especially with the dark beach glass. So this is not available for sale yet. Probably, I would guess, by the end of the year. So I'm excited. Super excited. And my other finished object, I wore a tank top on purpose so I could show you my finished object. My other one. I'm so in love with this. So I finished my windswept. Yay! Isn't it lovely? So I'm going to put it on because it fits. Like, I was kind of concerned that it wouldn't fit because I went down a size, because the bust measurements were every 5 inches or so. So it said you were supposed to go with 1 to 3 inches of negative ease because it was supposed to be fitting. Well, I was right at a 42-inch bust. So I'm like, shoot, well, that means it'll be like a perfect fit and it won't be as fitting. And so I'm like, alright, heck, I'm going to go with the 37-inch bust measurement for this pattern. And I was afraid it was going to be too small, but it fits. It fits so good. Hopefully it fits good still. I haven't tried it on since I blocked it. Because it just dried yesterday. So. feel like I'm getting dressed in front of y'all. But I'm so excited because it fits so good. See, mine bunches a little in the underarms. I don't know if anyone else had that issue. I mean, it's not a big issue to me. It's very comfortable. I love it with the lace, and I know there was a concern about it being so low cut, and mine's pretty low too, but I don't mind because it lets the tank peek out from under it. So I think it fits really, really well. I'm really super duper happy with it. And then I love the yarn. It was the Barocco Vintage, and I didn't block it, like soak it in my sink. I took a cue from Megan of the Stockinette Zombies, and I threw mine in the washing machine on like the ultra gentle hand wash cycle with a little bit of soak. I just squeezed some soak in there while the water was running and got it sudsy. Put my sweater in, ran it through for a cycle, and then I did lightly pin it. I laid it out on blocking mats, and the one thing I was really concerned about is at the very bottom, since you're going from a garter stitch section into a garter stitch like border, it kind of wanted to pull up in the middle. Like it just, so I made sure I stretched that straight across the bottom and pinned it, and it seemed to work perfect because now it doesn't want to kind of suck up a little in the middle there. And then I did kind of spread the lace out a little because it kind of did this wavy thing, especially towards the bottom. So I did kind of pin the lace out a little, just the little sections, kind of just got everything straight. But other than that, I just kind of smoothed the sides out and smoothed the sleeves, and I didn't pin any of that. I did have to pin like right at the back of the neck because it kind of went down a little. So yeah, I did not block it aggressively whatsoever. And I cannot, of course, you know, while I was finishing it, let's see, Sunday and Monday, it was like 64 here. And it would have been perfect to wear it, and I wasn't finished with the one sleeve yet. And then, of course, I get it done, and it's like 78 today. But that's okay. There will be plenty of time to wear it come fall and winter. And I really look forward to it. The one thing, it's kind of funny to be disappointed about, right? So I bought 5 skeins of the Barocco Vintage, because for, I think I was going by the 42-inch yardage. I needed 5 skeins. I used just under 4. So I have a whole skein of this gray left. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. Hopefully something. I'm like, it might be a nice hat or something for my husband. He likes grays. Could be. Who knows. Okay, works in progress. I guess I'll start with this one since this is one I've been working on. I am still working on the moon dance for my mom for her birthday. So I am now on chart, what is it? E? Yeah, chart E. I got my little stitch markers in place so I don't lose track of where I am. Because I love stitch markers. I do not do lace without stitch markers. And I've never done a lifeline. I don't know. Lifelines, I don't know why. I'm just like, how exactly? Like, I know how it's supposed to work, but I don't know how to put it in. I don't know. But stitch markers work for me because I, you know, can figure out if I've missed a stitch or if something's not right. Never had a problem just using stitch markers. So this I am knitting with the Grinning Gargoyle. It is her 50% merino, 50% silk in the signature red colorway. And it definitely has like some lighter spots. I don't know if you can pick it up because it looked like a really, I mean, it is a nice deep saturated red, but it definitely has like little spots like right there where it's almost white, where the dye didn't quite take to it. So I do kind of wish it was more saturated all over. I mean, I assume that's just the nature of the beast. But sometimes like this, like there's like a really white spot here. Kind of wish those weren't there. But it'll be okay. Hopefully when I block it out, it won't be quite as noticeable. But I think she's still gonna love it, and my mom loves deep jewel tones, especially deep reds and blues and greens. So she saw this yarn when I got home from the Knitpocalypse, and was just like, "Oh, this is so nice," and I got 2 skeins of it, and she's like, "I would love something made out of this," and I'm like, hint, hint, got it, you know. So, and then the only other things that I'm working on, I started working on them yesterday, is it is the time of year again where my kids' birthdays are coming up, because all 3 of my children have August birthdays. Yay! Right? So, I am making, I do that thing, like, as moms, where you're like, I had this yarn, like, I have this yarn and this yarn, which one's your favorite? Because I don't know which one to use next. And my one's like, oh, this one, you know. And then I'm like, out of curiosity, like, nonchalantly, like, in the middle of something else, I'm like, so I have 2 new patterns coming out this month. Which one's your favorite, the fish or the crab? And both boys like the fish. So, one fish, this is my one son in a nutshell. These are all his favorite colors. It's blues, two or three different colors of blues. You can't tell. 2 or 3. 2 or 3 different colors of blues. Orange, yellow, white, and brown. So it's Cheeky Chicks, and it is Dancing Dog Dye Works in the Waltz Worsted. And he loves this yarn. So it came with a little yellow, so that's just what I decided to use. Although he might have liked blue a little better, but I didn't know how it knit up yet, and it came with yellow, so that's just what I used. Because I'm that way. I like to use the complimentary one that comes with it. And then the other boy, the one that I was like, which one should I use next? Which one's your favorite? He picked Turtle, because he loves green, like his mama. And it came with a green mini, which is lime. So, yeah, that's what he picked. So like I said, I'm working on 2. So what I am doing, I'll show this one. So like, when it calls for me to knit the 2 fins, I'm knitting 4. 2 out of the yellow, 2 out of the green. The tail, I don't knit just one tail. I do one tail and do the other tail right in a row. Boom, boom. Just knock it all out at once. So then the only thing that I have done yet, I have 2 tails. Oh! Dropped one. I messed up the Kitchener stitch on this one, and it's really bugging me. I might have to take out the Kitchener stitch and redo it. Because I put in the directions that you can Kitchener stitch the pieces or 3 needle bind off. I Kitchener stitched them because I like the nice seamless look, and I just did not like the pucker, the line from the 3 needle bind off. But it's totally up to the knitter, and that's why I did give directions for both. I have both tails for the fish, and the lips for both fish, and then the little side fins for both fish. So now I just got to do the top fin and the bodies. Yep. And they'll be done. They work up pretty quick. I mean, I do a magic loop. So I just keep them all together, and I can't work on them while they're up. So that, like, when they go to bed, I'll work on them. And that's it. I feel like I have so many works in progress that I need to get back to. But I have to get those fish done, and I have like 2 weeks to get the shawl done for my mother. So those are definitely priority. The fish will be done by the end of the weekend, I can just about guarantee. And the shawl, hopefully, I mean, I'll get it done. I know I will. If I have to pull a couple all-nighters, it'll get done. But I keep getting distracted, like, ooh, look at that new pattern, and ooh, look at that new pattern, and dang it, I want to knit it all. If I could do nothing but knit all day, I would. So, that's it knit for the knitting portion. But don't go away yet. Since we're getting into a slice of life, you're going to have to hear about just a little because I have a contest. Did you get a contest? I'm giving away a prize. So, as we're gliding into the slice of life, I'm doing a contest. Because it's impromptu, and what you're going to win is any one of my patterns. You get one. There will be one winner. And we're getting a new kitty. I'm so excited. So there's a story about the kitty, and I'll tell you that later. First we're going to talk about the contest. So the cat is supposed to be a girl. It's little. It's supposed to be a girl. She's going to the vet tomorrow. I would think the vet for sure would be able to confirm nor deny these accusations. But, so we're having the name game, right? Where everybody in the house is thinking of names. So we're down to 3 names. Okay, so those 3 names are Lucy, Eleanor, and Prudence. So each one of my kids picked one of those names. So the thing is what do all 3 of those names have in common? So, I'm trying to think of how I should do this. Because it kind of reminds me of, dramatics knits, like Name That Tune type thing. Name That Play. But I think I'm going to open up a thread. So, okay, you have to get 2 things right to win, okay? The number generator has to pick your number. And then you have to have the right answer. If the number generator picks you and you don't have the right answer, I'm going to redraw again. So you're not going to know the right answer until next week. So I'm curious how many people, or if anybody, will get the connection between those 3 names. Lucy, Eleanor, and Prudence. So, and you'll also, I don't know, you'll find out probably which name got picked, because I'll probably Instagram pictures of the cat, and you'll find out what name was picked. But you just have to pick what is the connection between those 3 names. So, okay, now I'm fully moving into the slice of life. So a little story about the cat, since we were just talking about it. My stepdad was working, and he was at this construction site for whatever reason. I don't know why he was there. Job related, I assume. And there was this little kitten running around with no mama, and he hid it during the day, all day, and was looking, and could not find a mama, could not find anything. And here it was in the middle of a construction site, and it probably would have gotten killed if he hadn't rescued it. So then he brings it home, right? And he tells my mom, well, we're not keeping it. My mom's like, oh. Because they have 1 cat, and he had always said no cat, so the fact that they have 1 cat is something. So my mom calls it Little Bit, and my stepdad calls it Goodbye Kitty. Because it's not staying. So my mom, I didn't even know they had this cat until yesterday. So she calls me up, and she's like, we've had it for 8 days or so, and it's doubled in size, and we think it's probably no more than a month old now. And she's like, we're going to take it to the vet. And I'm like, well, I really can't afford to get shots and everything. Are you covering that? And she's like, oh, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I'm talking it over with my husband. My husband's like, oh, right. We have a cat and 2 dogs. We really don't need another pet. I love cats. I'm a cat person. I love cats over dogs any day. I'm sorry to all you dog lovers. I love dogs too, but I'm a cat person. So, he's like, well, then we'll have to get it fixed. He's like, because if it's a male, it'll spray, and if it's a female, they go into heat and whine. I'm like, oh, God, I've had a female cat that wasn't fixed yet, and yeah, she went into heat once, and we nipped that in the bud. So I'm like, I texted my mom, I'm like, well, there's a concern. We can't really afford to get it fixed right now. And she's like, I'll take care of that, too. Because my mom loves this cat. So I was like, well, let us think about it. So then I'm my husband's talking about it, and we're getting ready for bed. He's like, I guess we'll take it. Yes. I'm so excited. And So that's how we got the cat. That's a little story on how the cat came to be. And I'm so excited. So we used to always have 2 cats. Always. And then there's a whole story about the cat that ran away and then came back like a year later and then ran away again. It's crazy. So that's exciting. Then I guess on the weight loss front, I talked last week. I was really upset that I had let myself gain the 1.1. And some people suggested maybe it was the heat. When it's hot, your body can retain water and this and that. So I was thinking if that was the issue, because this past week has been a really cool week. I mean, we've been in like the 70s. It's been amazing. I love it. It could stay between 70 and 75 all year round, and I'd be a happy camper. And so I thought, okay, if it was heat related and it's cooler this week, yeah, I lost 1.5 this week, which I'm excited about. But I was just kind of hoping it might have been bigger with a big gain. It kind of balanced itself out. So I'm still 1.2 pounds away from breaking through that barrier, getting down that BMI thing. So I'm kind of motivated. I'm really trying to stay on track. I thought I did okay last week. We did go, my sister-in-law took my family and my other sister-in-law and her kids out to like a sports rec place, like where you go do go-karts and putt-putt and bumper boats, and so we did all that. We did laser tag and batting cages and the whole bit, right? Had a blast. I'm thinking, okay, that was a lot of walking. I got a lot of steps in that day. But then we also went out to dinner. Now, I did good. I didn't go over my points, but I still had, we went to Applebee's and I had a steak and potatoes and vegetables. And I only ate half. So I cut everything in half right away and then took the stuff. But, I still know it wasn't the healthiest meal. It's still a restaurant cooked meal and they add all kinds of crap to it. And then, of course, I ate the other half for leftovers the next day. Still didn't go over my points with that lunch until I was having a really bad day Saturday. I'll admit, bad day, just overwhelmed, upset, just kind of fell off the wagon and went and got a peanut butter bash from Dairy Queen. It was so delicious. But it was more points than half of that steak dinner. But it was delicious. So I still lost, even though I had a bad day, and I resulted to my, emotional overeating. But I can't be perfect all the time, right? So I think my husband might be home. Anyways, so I'm trying to get back on track, trying to stay really, really good. August is hard. It's back to school. It's all my kids' birthdays. Lots of celebrating, parties, cake. So hopefully that'll go well. So I'm going to jump off here because he's home and I hear him. And I don't really have anything else this week. So I'm Jenna, also known as RetroLemon on Ravelry, Plurt, Twitter, Pinterest, Weight Watchers, Fitbit, just about everywhere. Instagram. Did I say Instagram? I keep forgetting Instagram. Love Instagram. So until next week, I will see you then. Bye.